Hey guys, it's Bill again. Just wanted to show you, last year we had some great success with our bucket potatoes. I only did a couple buckets, so this year I did several buckets. So I'm going to show you how I planted those and what you need in order to plant those. So this is everything you're going to need. You're going to need a food safe bucket. So this one is HDPE. I colored it in so you can see it there. You want to drill a ton of holes in the bottom and some holes in the side as well. Make sure there's plenty of holes for drainage. All right, you'll need some seed potatoes. These ones are a little far gone, so I picked the best couple here, and I'm gonna do one of each variety in one bucket. Usually I only do 1 or 2 potatoes in each bucket, but I'm not sure if they're gonna grow. Some of these are pretty far gone, so I'm not sure, but these I think are the best 3. There's 3 different varieties. You're going to need some fertilizer. All-purpose fertilizer is great, and you'll need some soil. Now this time I'm using raised bed soil just because that's what I had left over. Last year I used Miracle-Gro Organic with compost added. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is prep your bucket. This is optional, but I like to put a pillowcase on. It cost me $1.50 for a pillowcase, and it's much better to look at than an ugly bucket all year. So we're gonna just put that in. All right, so we're gonna just cut a little slot, a little slash here right where the seam is so we can rip it on both sides. And you want those to kind of line up with your bucket handle when you're done. So let's go ahead and rip them down the side. And you're gonna rip it down to the level of the bucket handle. So there's my bucket handle. A little farther. Do that on both sides. And now we're just going to tuck that in. So now we have a little bit better something to look at for the year. Okay. We're going to fill that with our choice of soil. Only about 1/3 of the way, 1/4 to 1/3. So we're going to put that dirt in there. That should be plenty. We're gonna make sure it's broken up real good. So all these chunks, you want to break those up. You don't want big chunks in there. You want it nice and loose so those roots can penetrate while it's still young. All right, now we're gonna add some fertilizer. I'm gonna just put in a handful. That'll be plenty. So we'll put that in. We're gonna mix that in. Go ahead and take a look. We're gonna mix that in real good all the way through. And that'll give those potatoes something to get started in addition to whatever's in this soil to begin with. All right, so our soil's nice and worked in now. We got it about 1/3 of the way full. And so now we can place our chitted potatoes. So take a look here. We have green chits on there, so that's nice and healthy. It's growing. Put that in. This one I'm not too sure about, but I didn't have any other purple ones. There was only one other one, so we're gonna try this one. And here's another one with some green chits on it, so we're gonna put those in. You want the chits facing up, and we're just gonna put those down in and cover them with soil. They don't need to be deep. We're gonna add more soil later this year. So again, I only recommend putting in 1 or 2 potatoes, but these are kind of far gone, so I'm not sure if they'll grow. So I'm gonna put an extra. All right, so we got those covered up pretty well now. and that's ready to go out in the yard. Alright, so you want to give that a good amount of water. Nice and wet, let it soak in, and keep it moist until you start seeing potatoes grow. I'm just going to water these other ones because I haven't in about a week. It has been pretty moist. We've gotten a lot of rain off and on. So in the summer I usually water these so I see water coming out those bottom holes, so you'll see it coming out the side of the pillowcase. Alright, so you can see I did 6 buckets this year. Last year I did 2 buckets. So there's the one we just planted. So as those potatoes grow, you're going to want to add more soil. Generally, I'll wait till they're growing out of the top of the bucket, and then I'll fill more soil up to about 2/3, and then let them keep growing. Once they grow to the, where you need more soil, fill it right up to the top, about 1 inch from the top. Leave yourself room for watering, and you should be good to go. So I'll show you the results late in the summer, and we'll see how this went. You all have a good one.